Hey everybody, welcome back to another Warpedjester unboxing slash rant. So I got a little box from Google here. You can see Google. Not intended for children under 12 years of age. Made in China. Shocking. Uh, so I actually had unboxed. I started doing recording and my headset gave out. So I had to start over. So I know what's in here now, but it was really cool and it was a surprise. Anyway, so it says Happy Holidays. And what it is Google Fi Legos. Yay! I kind of figured it was from Fi since that's usually I get stuff from. So we got some Legos here. Got a little card. It says Project Fi. Thanks for your support. Let's build on this. This is actually some instructions on making a phone holder or a little cable organizer. So I actually did the cable organizer in my failed video, so I'll go ahead and do the phone stand this time. Yeah, fun. Move that over here for now. So my intention was to do an unboxing since I had no idea what it was. Now I know what it is. It's Legos, and of course, you know, I'd be amiss if I went, "Hey, look, Legos, have a good day," and then left it. So I'm going to go ahead and build this little guy right here since we have it. And I did want to talk today about a little bit of a rant. Oh yeah, by the way, these are not real Legos per se. It's hard to see, but the little dots usually have like a Lego logo on them. They actually say Fi, Google Fi. So, so today I actually want to talk about something that has come up numerous times in conversation with my friends and colleagues. And I want to go ahead and stick my neck out there and give my opinion on some things here. So the topic I'm going to talk about actually has to do with what people know about you online. I'm talking more to the extent of what companies know about you, tracking information. And since we're play with Google stuff here, of course, I'm going to touch on Google. Now I'm going to give you a little history here on me personally, because oftentimes, especially with heated topics like this, people tend to forget that there's a big difference in a conversation of somebody talking, depending on where they're coming from. I'm not saying that their conversation is somehow invalidated if they come from a different way of thought from you per se, but knowing where they come from makes a big difference when they start jabbering on about whatever mind and opinion they are on something. So probably get over a cold here. I apologize. So here's me. Here's me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell. No. Sorry, Austin Powers reference. So for me, I am Google-centric. And what I mean by that is all of my life kind of spins around Google. I use a Windows machine, but I have a Google Gmail account. I use YouTube for my videos. I have an Android phone, etc., etc., etc. Because of this, of course, Google wants to collect data on me, and I'm okay with this, and I let them have that data. I freely give them this data. I give them as much data. I drop care packages on their doorstep saying, look, here's the pictures of me at the beach in a Speedo. No, I don't do that. I'd probably get arrested somehow. No, but I do willingly give all my details to them because it comes with a benefit. And that benefit is I use all of these wonderful Google services without cost other than Google Fi. As a matter of fact, Google Fi is about almost the only thing I pay for to Google for all the services I get. You need to think about it. Again, we're talking about YouTube channel. I have two different YouTube channels. They basically store and host the videos I upload. And feed those videos to stream them to every single person who wants to look at them. And I might not be a big person, but we're talking about gigs of stuff from just me. And we're talking about the big people of the world. I don't pay a dime for that, right? I have a Gmail account. I don't pay a dime for that. I have all of my family photos backed up and stored and redundant and safe in Google Pictures. I don't pay a dime for that. So you're getting the idea here. Ain't nothing for free. There ain't no free lunch, etc., etc., etc. The trade-off for me in this case is I give them my information, they give me targeted ads. Now let's talk about that, because people freak out. Oh my God, go to the corporation. They're evil corp incarnate. They're going to do something horrible. I'm waiting. I got my pitchfork by the door. I'm waiting for Google to do something horrible. Okay, first of all, if I live my life in fear of every company going to do something horrible, I'm never going to use any service. I'm never going to be able to do anything online. I'm never going to have a life. It just ain't going to happen. So that's the first thing I look at here. Has Google been intentionally malicious or irresponsible? I argue no. Now, people, of course, are going to have different arguing points about this. We can talk about the Google Buzz debacle from a while back. If you don't know about it, I'm not going to bother going into much detail. But I'll give you the synopsis, which is they made a little bit of an oops, and because all the Google things were getting connected, they exposed some information for people unintentionally. This was not a malicious act. This was an oops, and they were upfront about it, and they're saying they're oops. Now, some people argue that they should have told people sooner. Well, they did pretty fast compared to a lot of companies, so whatever. But that it is what it is. All companies make mistakes, big and small. Facebook's made mistakes. Twitter's made mistakes. Hell, even LastPass got hacked. Was it a mistake? Was it their fault? Were they being malicious? Were they being negligent? Well, that's going to be open for interpretation. But that's things you got to keep in mind. Now, again, going back to Google here, I just haven't seen Google do anything that's intentionally malicious. Everything they've done has always been something that is honestly and genuinely has been a benefit for me personally. More features, more options, more functions, whatever the case may be. And I appreciate that. And I'm more than happy to give up my quote-unquote privacy, which really it isn't. I become a statistic and a demographic that they can use for targeted commercials so that I don't see tampon ads. Whoopie-doo. I have nothing against tampons. They're great for nosebleeds, just an FYI, guys. But I don't need to see that. I want to see commercials that are relevant to me. If I see commercials for new games coming out, kick ass. New movies, great. I see commercials for old lady pants, not really going to do me much good, and I really don't want to look at old ladies in pants. So, whatever. So that's a trade-off. Now, the thing about this is not something new and extreme. And what I mean by this is, first of all, basically, people spaz out about these companies having this information with no background in terms of anything actually happening that I would consider these, oh my God, a reason to put on your tinfoil hat and actually spaz out about it. What I have seen is a lot of people assuming that there may be something that's going to happen or is happening behind our backs and we just don't realize it yet. And again, I'm not going to live my life in fear. That's not what I do. And I don't think anybody else should. I think that's the wrong attitude to have. I think everybody should get, corporations included in this, as much as it makes me grind my teeth to say that sometimes, I think everybody deserves a fair chance. When I meet people, even with rumors aside from what I've heard, I give people a fair chance with me. When they meet me, you're on even ground. I have nothing against you, nothing for you. You pave your own path. You make your own history, so to speak. And that is entirely you. Corporations have the same deal. Google just hasn't done anything that I've seen that I think is malicious. Talk about the information that they have on me. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you have a Google anything, Gmail account, YouTube account, whatever, you have a Google account. It's all an all-sum thing. And to that, you can go into your account and you can actually see everything Google has, all the dirt Google has on you, your entire browsing history, what you've seen, what you've searched for, etc. And here's the important part, you can delete it all. You can tell Google, deep six it, I don't want you knowing this information. All of it, every last little bit. And they will do that. And this is where things get interesting, because there are other companies that say they will and they don't, or they don't even give you that option. Or, like Facebook, they have it so god-awfully buried, good luck finding it. I don't appreciate that. And the fact that Google's willing to say, hey, listen, up front, here's what we know about you. If you have an issue with it, let us know. We'll delete it. Now, bear in mind, if you have a Google account, as soon as you delete all that information and you use Google again, they're of course going to start collecting data on you again. That's, again, the price you pay for that functionality of the internet, of the Googles. So there's that aspect about it. The fact that Google has been very upfront about, hey, let us show you what we have on you. We'll let you make the decision on what you want saved and not saved. That shows a lot to me. It shows me that their intentions are in fact actually legitimate, not nefarious, and that's a big deal. So bear that in mind for a moment here. The other thing is, if you really want to scare, again, this is not this is not something new. Go get a credit report. If you want to see what people know about you, get a credit report, and you will scare the flippin' snot out of yourself. And I am not kidding with you. First of all, okay, let me backtrack here for a minute here. If you have not gotten a credit report and you're over the age of 18, go get a credit report. You are legitimately allowed to get one free, bona fide, honest to God, free credit report per year. Ain't nobody can say nothing about it. That is your legal right. Beyond that, there's a lot of juice and nibbles and details about you in those credit reports, and it might make your hair curl just a skosh. I'm telling you, man, I got my credit report back when we got a car years ago, and it actually made me a little unnerved how much dirt they had on me. So this is not something new. It's not just an internet thing. It's been going on for quite some time. So, yeah, nothing new. But even with the credit reports, it's the same deal as with the internet. Now, first of all, I want to be clear about something on this. When it comes to credit reports, this kind of bothers me a bit. With credit reports, this is not a government thing. It's not even really government monitored, to be honest. These are private corporations that, of their own accord, decided to gather all this data about you. Your purchases, your court filings, etc. Trust me, as I said, they have everything on you to build a profile of you. And they assign a number to you, your credit score. And then they sell that information to other companies, like a dealership, to rate how reliable you are. Do you really want to give this guy a $40,000 car that he's going to just drive off with or default on? Now, you know, these are private companies just assigning a random number to you. You have no say in this matter. It's just, this is what it is. But again, the trade-off. By them being able to do this, they are able to give you the perk of, if you don't have $40,000 in your back pocket right now, you can still go get a car. And the whole process is, you go down to a dealership with, you know, $2,000 in your hand, or $1,000, or $1 in your hand, or whatever. And, you know, the car company's not going to be like, yeah, sure, we'll just give you the keys to the car. Yeah, we'll trust you'll pay us. No, they're going to run you through a credit score. More importantly, they're going to find a company that is a loan company that is going to vouch for you, basically, saying, you know what, based on this score, we trust this guy that he's not going to be a welch, and we're going to go ahead and pay you the $40,000 for this car, and we're going to expect him to pay us back. Again, data on you, because there's a benefit to it. That's the whole idea of this. So it certainly is not a new thing, and it's certainly something that you guys should be aware of on every front, not just the internet front, but also on the credit report front and everything else. And if you haven't thought about that, then shame on you, because you really should. Beyond that, going back to the whole Google thing and just how everybody kind of feels about it, people are way too quick on the trigger to again go after somebody and say, oh my God, they're big corporations, they must be evil. I put this to you. Whenever something gets posted on the Facebooks or the Twitters or wherever, just because your friend said it, just because there happens to be somebody who took the time to take an image of somebody and do a text overlay of what they're supposedly saying, doesn't make it real. I know this is a shock. If it's on the internet, there is a possibility that it is in fact not true. I make the simple request to people to take the time to do a little homework. You can use Google, you can use Bing, you can use Dogpile, whatever. If someone comes up about some issue, take 5 minutes just to do a quick Google search and see if there's actually consensus on if that something actually happened. And make sure that when you spout off these rants about how horrible Google is for collecting all your information, or how horrible LastPass is because they lost all of your information, or whatever the case may be, make sure you actually have the real details. Make sure you actually have the truth behind that. Because a lot of times people tend to retweet, repost, rebook everything, and they don't have all the facts. What they're running with is not true. It's just not true. And quite frankly, first of all, you're wasting my damn time filling out my damn feed with silly things that aren't true. Secondly, you look like an idiot. So, public service announcement here. Take the 5 minutes to do a Google search. It's simple. You take the topic, you copy it. You hit Control-C for copy. You go to a new tab on your browser, and in the address field, which is now a search field for every browser, you do Control-V for paste, and you hit Enter. And amazingly, all these search results come back with that header. And you'll see very quickly a lot of things, like Snopes saying, "This is bunk," or whatever the case may be. And you'll do everybody an honest-to-God favor because you're not just doing this mindless retweet crap. So that's it. That's my rant on that front. Again, this is an opinion. I'm not saying anybody's wrong for being concerned about Google or company XYZ. I'm saying, grain of salt, guys. Measure the situation before you make an assumption. Has Corporation A ever done anything malicious? And I'm talking about actually been out in the open. Yes, they may do something behind your back. They may be skinning goats and wearing their skins for fun. But we don't know. And we don't know. We can't live our life in fear going, "Oh my God, it could happen. It could happen." You got to live. If you're that worried about it, get off the interwebs, people. Just saying. Anyways, that's my rant. Thank you very much for watching, and stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.